I mean, Frank Tanana, it's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good ain't Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan's the first ballot Hall of Famer who punched Robin Ventura in the face on the mound, put him in a headlock, gave him the business at 50.
Yeah. There was a minute.
You know, they asked Reggie Jackson.
My favorite of all time, yeah.
Yeah, he's good for a quote, too. And they said, man, you know, you don't hit so well against Nolan Ryan, but you're a fastball hitter. And you love fastballs. And he goes, man, I love ice cream, too, but if you make me eat a gallon, I'm going to get sick of it.
That's great.
Nolan just only threw fastballs.
Did you must have read that book when you were a kid, The Umpire Strikes Back, Ron Luciano?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
He was this great umpire. He was the one famous umpire when we were kids. But he describes Nolan's fat. You remember this thing where he would describe, he made a deal with the catchers. It's the greatest. He made a deal with the cat. He couldn't see Nolan Ryan's fastball because it would break. When he hit 100, his fastball, the appearance that it had to him behind the plate was the ball broke into 3 different parts, like on a Flintstones episode.
Wow.
So we had no idea where the fuck it went. And he would say to the catchers before the game, you fucking hold the ball where it hits for a second. And if you don't, then I will never, ever fucking call a ball when you're at the plate again. And the catchers got to call those pitches because fucking Luciano couldn't call them. And they were all straight with him. Because
it's really weird, like Nolan Ryan was on so many bullshit teams.
Imagine being so good. I mean, can you imagine being able to do anything the way Nolan Ryan?
And for that long. I mean, he was like an old, grouchy Texan man when Robin Ventura, I think he hit Robin Ventura, who was a third baseman for the White Sox, and Robin Ventura rushed the mound, and this old man who has a head of hair, like he's got no hair, he's just got that ring.
But he's got farm strength. Nolan Ryan had farm strength.
Yeah, and he put, somehow with a guy running towards you and you're on a mound, he gets him in a headlock, and it's famous, just speed bagged his face. With an old man face, like the tongue out, like with his tongue pressed against
he's like a Clint Eastwood character in like that movie with the car,
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino, that's what Ryan was like.
It was unbelievable. And they said, Jeff Jenkins, I think it was at one of my shows in Tempe Improv. And he was up in spring training, and Nolan Ryan was pitching. He was like a rookie. And Nolan Ryan throws the ball. The first pitch is like eye high, like it's eyeball high. And the ump just goes, and he's like, whatever. And the next pitch is like way outside. And the ump's like, 2!
Right.
And then finally he just looks at the ump and he goes, are you fucking serious? And the ump just goes, that's a Hall of Famer out there, son.
That's the best.
It's like, let's go home. Like it's spring training. It's Nolan Ryan. I'm not going to fucking
What am I going to do?
I'm not going to squeeze Nolan Ryan in fucking March.
That's great.
That's a Hall of Famer out there, son.
I just remembered that when I was saying the thing about being as good at anything. You ever see that movie, Searching for Bobby Fischer?
Yeah.
Like that to me is one of the best movies about being excellent.
In real life.
Yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu guy now.
Yeah.
And
Which
Josh
makes
Waits.
perfect sense to me.
Josh Waitskin.
Yeah. He's mentioned a lot in, time for a plug. You can go to jmohr.com, go to Amazon link, and you can buy A Fighter's Heart, which I'm rereading by Sam Sheridan. He talks a lot about Josh Waitskin.
Waitskin, yeah.
Who was the kid from Bobby Fischer. And he wrote a book called Study Greatness, something like Tracy Morgan quote. Study greatness. I was chess, now I'm judo. Push hands tournaments. But you should get Fighter's Heart by Sam Sheridan. That's what I'm reading right now. And then we can pay Matt Cohen what he's owed.
There's this, and you can buy Searching for Bobby Fischer through jmohr.com too.
But why don't we buy Rounders on DVD because your name is on it?
Buy Solitary Man. That's
Solitary
the movie
Man.
to buy.
That's
Go
where you
buy
make,
Solitary Man.
Is
on
that
DVD.
where you make the most money?
Yeah, buy Solitary Man. I just want more people, like
Amazon, jmohr.com, Amazon.com, buy Solitary Man, and watch Michael Douglas right before he visits death.
There you go. You can see it in the movie's sort of about that too.
We should get Skylar Stone on to be Michael Douglas pre-death, death, and then outside the other end of death. I almost died. My wife, Catherine, saved my life.
Do you have a Joe Montana? Can you do a Joe Montana? I think you got to work it up. You got to work up a Montana.
He's a good guy.
Montana, if you could do Montana in House of Games, it'd be great.
That's a tell.
Yeah, that's good. That's a very Jewish. That was a very Jewish.
I know.
That was a very Jewish.
I'm
Montana.
an honorary member. I'm circumcised, so I'm an honorary Jew.
Good.
I'm a nice Jewish boy from the belt to the knees. The thing.
What I was going to say about Bobby Fischer, just quickly, is there's a moment like any parent ever can relate to this moment where Joe Montana goes and the teacher. It's just amazing dialogue. Just as a screenwriter, I'm so in awe of what Steve Zalian, the writer-director of that movie, did. He goes, the teacher says, he's explaining why the kid's going to miss some school or something. And the teacher says, look, I know that there's this chess thing. And Montana goes, chess thing? It's not a chess thing. It's chess. Okay, he is better at that than I will ever be, than you will ever be at anything you ever do in your life. And it's like, God damn, wouldn't you love to say that to a teacher sometime? Yeah. Of some kid who said some dumbass thing.
I'd say it in a movie. I'd like to just use saying it out loud. I would love to say it like 6 different. You could do it 14 different ways.
Yeah.
You could do it wistful.
Yes.
You could do it like my life is bullshit.
Go ahead.
You could do it angry.
Give me some reads. We can do this.
Why don't you pull that script off the trash heap, the one that you can't mention, and I'll come in for a quarter of what you were fucking giving Knoxville.
Okay, good.
And we'll make some real magic together.
Come on in.
Let me tell you, it's not a chess thing. What is it?
Yeah, thing. It's not a chess thing. It's chess.
Well, you do the teacher.
Yeah, I know he's got this chess thing.
It's not a chess thing. It's not a chess thing. It's chess. Do you understand that? It's chess. And he's better at it than I will ever be at anything that I'll ever do in my life. Do you know what that feels like? I never will. Don't give me fucking notes. I'm hot now.
Now do it like do it like the thought just occurred to you. Start the beginning of it and be really angry, and then when you say the line,
look, don't talk to
when
actors.
You say the line,
they never forget.
When you say the line, make it like you just realized, but do it as Colin.
All right, so you do the teacher.
I know he's got this chess thing.
All right, look, it's not a chess thing. First of all, they call it chess. It's a game called chess. You know, when you go to Caldor to buy a chess set, it doesn't say, "Look, where are your chess things?" It's chess. It's a chess board. It's a chess set. You know. And let me tell you something. That kid's better at chess. You know, than Nureyev wasn't writing about boxing. That's something nobody even knew about Nureyev. You know, the guy was jack of all trades, master of about 14. So before you go off on, just chess. What do you do? You're a teacher.
Well, what did the teacher teach?
Elementary school. Elementary school.
I appreciate the fact that, you're teaching capoeira dancing to 4th graders. A dancing martial art. But, Pawn to Rook 4 is a little more. I don't know if you never saw Jim Belushi, the chess coach. It was a great sketch. It's a really good sketch.
It's not a chess thing. It's chess. And that kid's better at it than you will ever be at anything in your life. He's better at it than anything I'll ever be at in my life. It's not a chess thing. It's fucking chess.
Check the gate. Print
Let me go one more right away. I love when you go one more right away.
One more for fun.
One more right away. It's like 40 minutes later. They go, all right,
God.
You want water or anything?
You gotta just keep
Why in the poker tournaments are they allowed to wear sunglasses and iPods? That seems like a gross violation of being able to read the person across from you.
Yeah, there was a movement
like that
to get rid
fat
of
fuck
it.
with the glasses with like cat eyes and shit in them.
Yeah.
What's his name?
No, I don't know.
Greg.
His
name is Greg Raymer. Greg Raymer.
Greg Raymer wears glasses with like teepees and shit in them.
Yeah, the weird like where you move
like
them up and
Statue
down
of Liberty and like your eyes wander. And he wears a hat.
I think he won. What did he win? Like $8 million when he won the thing.
But how? The whole thing about chess is
chess thing.
The whole thing about poker, this poker thing, is you have to read the tell.
The way that they read the tells.
Like the KGB guy, Johnny KGB,
Teddy
KGB with the Oreo cookies.
Yeah.
I still don't understand what Matt Damon saw differently because I watched him eat those cookies the whole movie. What did he do? Was it because he licked the middle?
No, when he had a hand, he would eat the cookie. When he didn't have a hand, he would put the cookie back.
Look at the game tape.
I promise.
He ate cookies nonsense. You're telling me he only ate a cookie when he had a hot hand?
If you don't think they were like
a 2-hour movie for people to fucking take this guy down. If you, with your $8,000 pimp roll, walked into the Mayflower...
Yeah, the Mayfair Club.
The Mayfair Club, you would have went, oh my God, he's only eating cookies when he's got a full house.
So when I was doing my second movie, Knockaround Guys, when the movie got greenlit, we said to this friend of ours who knew a lot of serious wise guys, we said, will you take us around with you? This guy was a collector. He would go and collect from like the illegal video games and all the bodegas. Like if you go above 125th, everyone you walk into though, they have a secret room.
Yeah, that's right by all my onesies.
They have
Carter's onesies. I go downtown like before a Kings game. I'm not even kidding. You go downtown before a Kings game, I'll meet KP and we'll eat. And you just go in and they sell Carter's onesies for like $2 and they just take a Sharpie and cross out Carter's.
That's great. Yeah. What do they have in the back? Like, so they have these illegal video games where, video poker. So this friend of ours took us around to look at all this shit, and it was really intense. And he tried to act like, well, I'm a movie director. It's cool. I was so scared. But then he took us to this social club. He took us to the social club in Queens.
The Buena Vista Social Club.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Yes, in Cuba with Ry Cooder. But no, he took us to the fucking Ozone Park, this social club, and he said, this guy you're going to meet.
Ozone Park.
It was the word. It was so scary. He goes, this guy you're going to meet is a real. He goes, he owes me some money so we can do this. You got to really behave yourself. Don't really be a wise ass at all. Just listen. He's a big fan around her, so he's letting you come in. And we walk in. It was clear the guy had a. I mean, you saw that he was wearing a sweatsuit. He wasn't even trying to hide the gun. Like, you saw the whole thing.
Maybe a giant
cock. Place. Well, it was a fucking gun, and it was the kind of gun that wasn't there to sort of like for looks. He wasn't some South Shore kid going up there in the glove. He was really the real deal, the deadest eyes you ever saw in your life. But we walk in,
unlike Mickey
like you,
Apple,
we walk in different. Yeah, dead eyes versus really alive.
Okay, sorry.
But he looks at us. We walk in the thing, and the guy we know goes, "Hey, these are the guys who wrote the thing, the movie." And he goes, "What am I, some kind of asshole? You don't cut the fucking cards?" We go, "What?" He goes, "Am I some kind of asshole? I'm sitting in this movie. Yeah, it's a good movie. Nobody cuts the fucking cards. I'm some kind of jerk. I'm supposed to sit there and believe nobody cuts the fucking cards." And we go, "Oh, you mean in the movie? Like, oh, you mean that they didn't cut enough?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm some kind of schmuck. I'm just going to let some kid deal off the bottom to me. I'm not going to make sure they cut." And I was told I couldn't be, so I just went, "Oh, sir. Well, we did do that. You are right. The director fucked us by taking it out in the editing. But clearly, we should have cut the cards much more."
He took it personally.
Oh, he was like you were saying about the Teddy with the thing. He was like, "Nobody cuts the fucking cards. I'm a schmuck. I'm an asshole. I'm supposed to sit there in the audience while no one's cutting and not say anything."
I love these fucking goombas. Like, not for nothing, but I should kick you right in your fucking ass.
Yeah.
When I was watching Wizard of Oz and they found the axe, where the fuck did they get the axe from? Yeah. What am I, a jerk?
What am I, some kind of fucking asshole?
How come the Lion song is in the same tablet as the other two songs? If I only had a brain, if I only had a heart, and then these fucking King of the Photo, all that shit. You couldn't fucking string three along for me. Honey, I'm gay, Dorothy Hoover.
Can you do the Bobby Fischer as Pesci?
It's not a fucking chess thing. It's fucking chess, you dizzy prick. Make him crawl for the fucking bishop, fucking rat.
Awesome. Christopher Columbus, I'm doing a pilot with right now.
Wow.
And he said Joe Pesci was like on another, as far as like difficult to work with, like not difficult to work with, like not of this earth. Like jealous of Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone.
Like, this kid thinks he's fucking who he is over here.
Great.
He's a fucking 9-year-old. I've been in this business a long fucking time, Chris.
How great is he in Bronx Tale, though, in that little scene?
Perfect.
He's so fucking good in that movie, man. He just comes in at the end.
Oh, yeah, he's perfect.
Bronx Tale. He's just
Have you ever
at the
worked with
very
Chris
end.
You never worked with Chris Columbus?
No, but he's
How about Americano Vespucci?
It's 6 movies.
Vasco da Gama?
Yes.
Christopher Columbus, I have an absolute head over heels
we
man
sailed
crush.
together, me and I
think
together.
I don't believe you.
Vasco da Gama.
I think you're saying that to just get listeners.
I am. We sailed together.
You're the first guy here with nothing to promote. Oh, Solitary Man.
No, I got nothing to promote.
Solitary Man.
I'm just here because Gary Goldman was like, "You got to meet Jay. You should go have coffee with Jay." And I was like, "Hey, you want to grab coffee or something?" And you were like, "Well, put me in a movie." So I said, "Okay." And then you said you want to do the podcast, and I thought, "Sure. Will there be coffee?" So I showed up.
There is coffee. Would you like some coffee?
No, I'm happy.
You brought donuts. Cupcakes. Am I having a stroke?
Donuts.
You brought cupcakes, and Gary, the only other guest to bring pastries to the house.
I think it's maybe a New York thing.
Jewish boys from New York, you know how to woo a gal. Like my wife will talk about.
Wait, Gary's from Boston because he would die to hear you say guys from New York.
He pays a lot of New York State income tax.
Yes.
Allegedly.
He lives in New York now.
I auditioned for Rounders. I think I did.
You did.
And I wish I could have. Well, it went to Ed Norton, so it's not like you go. There's no sour grapes, obviously, because a guy, he'll be better at that than I'll ever be at anything. It's fucking Ed Norton.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like in Prime Fear, Primal. How the fuck should I know? That moment
best.
in Primal Fear when he goes, "How the fuck should I know?" Good for you, Marty.
When he starts clapping. Oh, yeah.
Like you go, okay, here's the new greatest guy that ever lived.
He is the best actor.
And then he goes out with Courtney Love for 2 years, That's got to be great. What do you do? What's pillow talk? Thanks for letting me come on your tits. What was Kurt like? I bet,
Yeah, but, That I remember. And then you did Suicide Kings right after.
Yeah, the thing with Rounders was you wrote a really great script, and I know now, we talked briefly about this on the phone, I couldn't in my mind figure out why Matt Damon's character and Worm would ever continue to hang out.
I mean, Frank Tanana's pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good ain't Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan's the first ballot Hall of Famer who punched Robin Ventura in the face on the mound, put him in a headlock, and gave him the business at 50.
Yeah. There was a minute.
You know, they asked Reggie Jackson.
My favorite of all time, yeah.
Yeah, he's good for a quote, too. And they said, man, you know, you don't hit so well against Nolan Ryan, but you're a fastball hitter. And you love fastballs. And he goes, man, I love ice cream, too, but if you make me eat a gallon, I'm going to get sick of it.
That's great.
Nolan just only threw fastballs.
Did you ever, you must have read that book when you were a kid, The Umpire Strikes Back, Ron Luciano?
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
He was this great umpire. He was the one famous umpire when we were kids. But he describes Nolan's Do you remember this thing where he would describe, he made a deal with the catchers. It's the greatest. He made a deal with the cat. He couldn't see Nolan Ryan's fastball because it would break, when he hit 100, his fastball, the appearance that it had to him behind the plate was the ball broke into 3 different parts, like on a Flintstones episode.
Wow.
So he had no idea where the fuck it went. And he would say to the catchers before the game, you fucking hold the
White Sox. And Robin Ventura rushed the mound, and this old man who has a head of hair, like he's got no hair, he's just got that ring.
But he's got farm strength. Nolan Ryan had farm strength.
Yeah, and he put, somehow with a guy running towards you and you're on a mound, he gets him in a headlock, and it's famous. Just speed bagged his face. With an old man face, like the tongue out, like with his tongue pressed against his
he's like a
bottom
Clint
lip.
Eastwood character in like that movie with the car,
Gran Torino.
Gran Torino. That's what Ryan was like.
It was
a ball where it hits for a second. And if you don't, then I will never, ever fucking call a ball when you're at the plate again. And the catchers got to call those pitches because fucking Luciano couldn't call them. And they were all straight with him. Because
it's really weird, like Nolan Ryan was on so many bullshit teams.
Imagine being so good. I mean, can you imagine being able to do anything the way Nolan Ryan?
And for that long. I mean, he was like an old, grouchy Texan man when Robin Ventura, I think he hit Robin Ventura, who was a third baseman for unbelievable. And they said, Jeff Jenkins, I think it was at one of my shows in Tempe, Improv. And he was up in spring training, and Nolan Ryan was pitching. He was like a rookie. And Nolan Ryan throws the ball. The first pitch is like eye high, like it's eyeball high. And the ump just goes, and he's like, whatever. And the next pitch is like way outside. And the ump's like, 2!
Right.
And then finally he just looks at the ump and he goes, are you fucking serious? And the